This first question is from Fiona in Newcastle, New South Wales, and she says, I'm about to sell my home and I'm trying to narrow down a short list of agents to consider. I'm doing a lot of online research, but they all look the same to me. I've noticed a lot of agent review sites, but are they reliable, and is there any other online resources that I should look out for? Doug, are you able to help Fiona with it? I totally understand that. You go online thinking that it's going to narrow down your options, but it can often make it even more confusing. That you can see that there's even more things to choose from, and whose opinion do you rely on?
Well, it's a very topical question, actually, because I think it's very reflective or representative of society at the moment. You know, as you've alluded to, we have more information than ever before. But what's interesting, rather paradoxically, we're actually, I suppose, more reliant on people's opinion and judgment. So peer-to-peer influence is very much alive and well, and certainly very much so in the real estate space. Now, there are a number of these review sites, but sometimes not all is as it appears. And by that, I mean that some of these review sites, I think, are actually more testimonial platforms, quite frankly. So actually, with the largest in the country, it is a subscription service, so agents actually pay money to be part of it, and they can actually be very selective in who they send the feedback forms to. Now, clearly, I have an issue with that, because obviously they cherry-pick the ones that they think they've done a good job on. So other than those, I would be looking at the likes of Facebook and Google. Obviously, people tend to be a bit more candid when giving an assessment there. But even then, you can obviously fall into a trap. We had a great situation, well, not a great, but a recent situation only last week where we had a spate of negative feedback from one of our offices on a Facebook page, and we did some investigation, and lo and behold, there was a common denominator, and it was actually a competitor who was up to mischief and posting various things. So you've got to be careful. So my advice to Fiona actually is to take it offline altogether, and actually, when you're interviewing the agents, ask them for a list of the name and numbers of the last 10 clients they've sold properties for, cross-reference that list against realestate.com.au to ensure that it isn't cherry-picking and legitimately last 10, and phone those people and ask how they fared, what the experience was like. That way you will see the good, the bad and the ugly, and that way you can really see if agents walk their talk.